ready, let's give a nice round of applause for Sandra LaFlamme. And she can herself.
Is that lined up?
There you go. There you go.
Thank you, Scott. Hey, you guys, I'm from Iowa, and do we have any Iowans in here? Every once in a while, we have someone besides the drunk in the corner. Okay. That would be our norm, right? That we have a 2 drunk minimum when we start driving sometimes. So I'm not brainwashed, but I am barn-washed. I grew up hunting, fishing, and playing with knives. You would think I was raised by wolves. A pack of wolves. No. But a pack of camels. Non-filtered, chain-smoking 1960 parents. If you fall down and break your leg, don't come running to me. If you poke your eye out, don't come looking to me. What was I gonna do? I thought smoking caused forest fires. So as a kid, that was kind of, where am I gonna go get some advice? Our town had more animals than people. Dalmatians were our fire department. We peated flames out. And we had a church on every corner. We had the Catholics, the Methodists, and the Amish. And we agreed on one thing. We all look good in black. And it was a little foreshadowing for me, because one day I finally get to the public pool. I do a backflip, hit my head, and I wake up at the bottom of the pool. And the first thing I think is, my mom would kill me if I died this way. You're not ready yet. Stay there. Well, of course, God sounds like he's a chain smoker to me. 12 feet of water. But they get me to the edge, and my mom's like, is she still breathing? Because these cows ain't gonna milk themselves. And my dad, well, let's get her back on the horse. Clean barn is a happy barn. And the barn was my happy place. That's where my horse Buck Naked was. I rode Buck Naked everywhere. Because that's what you did back then for brain damage. And most people think of Iowa as field of dreams, rows of corn, the smell of fresh air. But I think of the smell of money. Do you know what that is? Anyone? Manure? Fertilizer? We had the chicken poop, the goat poop. Bless you. The dad poop. The horse poop. The hog poop. The brother poop. And then we had the cow chips. And the bull chips. Okay, that sounds a little bit too much like Congress. So take that chicken farmer, for instance. You know that chicken poop, you can almost make clay pots out of it. You know, kids, foul play. And when I rode Buck Naked to get eggs, it was the way to get the freshest McMuffins. And it always gave me the opportunity to do what I do now, and that is the smell of opportunity. Now I'm a broker owner of a real estate company. That chicken farmer, that's a brown egg, cage-free, free-range, multi-millionaire franchise owner. Like my dad, but he had gas stations. These weren't the kind of gas stations like around here. These are the kind of gas stations where you go to the middle of nowhere and then another 15 miles. The kind of gas stations where me, Ma, and Junior would could come on their four-wheelers to get their bread and their beer, and they may not make it home past the DUI checkpoint. The kind where I could ride buck naked to work and get Employee of the Month repeatedly. We had 2 holes in 1 pump. This was the Buc-ee's of Wayland, Iowa. And it was the #1 spot for sheriffs and truck drivers to take a #2. And you know what kind of mess that bathroom was, guys. And it was also an early birds and the bees lesson for me, because not only did I have to go in there and clean, I had to refill those condom machines. You know, the rib, the lube, and the local bestseller, French Tickler. I think it gave them a sense of international travel with a happy ending. So everything I learned in the barn and working in the gas station was a master class in inventory, presentation, and value. Because in real estate, you got to learn to move product before it starts to smell. And most importantly, what I learned is it can't just be about waterfront property. Because a couple of years ago, I was a missionary in Kazakhstan. This is the kind of place where you got to be led to go. And I'm not talking about the bullets that were in the guns that were pointing at us. Coming through security, that airport had been blown up 3 weeks before. And I had contraband, Bibles, suitcases of them. And they looked at me and asked me if I had anything to declare. But I'm the Blues Brothers in my head. I'm on a mission from God. No, I do not. And by the way, girls, when you're in Kazakhstan, you do not make eye contact with guys. You gotta make sure, like, if this were a chart, you gotta have your eyes like cold, 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 warm, getting warmer, cold, no, cold, cold, warm, 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 hot. And you know what I found out about Kazakhstan? They have a lot of dirty floors. So keeping my head down, of course I get going. I go out to be with the Kazakh people. And these are wonderful folks that live in yurts. Yurts are not little kids' desserts. These are, wooden circular buildings with tent-like coverings. Not the kind of tents like around here at the RV place. These yurts are the kind of, you go to the middle of nowhere and then another 15 miles. These are the kind of folks that play with knives, they hunt, and they fish. It was like Iowa on subtitles. I loved it. It was absolutely wonderful. A little special though, because I'm working with some folks that they may or may not have invented the toothbrush. Because it had been invented anywhere else, they would have called it the teeth brush. Really special, wonderful people. And if Yuri and Ari were going to town on the Campbell and to get their bread and their beer, well, they may not make it home past the DUI checkpoint. 2 humps instead of 1 for that camel. So what do you do as a missionary when you're out in the middle of nowhere with tribal people? Well, you talk about the tribal parts of the Bible. Now, do I have any Bible scholars in here? Anybody who's... No? So we'll have a little bit of fun right now, if that's okay, because I'm going to talk about this next part and keep it as simple as we did in Kazakhstan. Of course, there we had interpreters and we read it line by line, but I'll kind of give you the synopsis of what was going on in Genesis 20. By this point, we already have Abraham with a covenant with God. He has Sarah, his wife. They're tribal, they're moving around with their flocks and their sheep, and they come to a foreign king. In Abraham's estimation, he thinks this is an ungodly person, so he's kind of taking stock of what's going on and saying to his wife, okay, technically your sister, we may have to give you to the king so that we all stay safe. They don't know God. We know God. We have a covenant with God. So this is one of the first places in the Bible where you get to know not only about the covenant with God and Abraham, but with Sarah, where it's established that covenant protects that relationship, protects the wife. What happened was he did give Sarah to Abimelech. Has anybody heard that name before?
What's his name?
Tribal people in that part of the world know a little bit about this guy. But the fun part of it is, God appears to Abimelech, gives Sarah back, Abraham prays, the kingdom has babies, and so does Sarah. And what was Sarah thinking? I'm going to kind of portray a little bit of that. First of all, by the way, Sarah is about 90 at the time. But I just want to point out that I think 90 is the new 30. And she's cooking those goat flanks, and he comes in, and she's like, oh, honey, hey, I've got goat flank for you. Would you like it medium rare, or sacrificial? No, I don't want to pull your finger. Oh, you want to break the ice? We're out in a desert. What exactly is ice? Oh, you want to talk to me about, yes, I do remember. You're a brother from another mother. But we have a covenant. I'm your wife. Oh, but this kingdom, they don't necessarily know God. You're thinking, let's give them some stuff so that we can live in harmony next to each other. Okay, does it really have to involve me? Okay, because you've got some things that are really nice. Like, let's talk about that beautiful rock collection you have. You've got this beautiful blue rock. You've got the shark's tooth. You've got this geode. Okay, and your comic book collection. You've got the whole Adam series. Adam number 5. The Eve origin story. And its original burlap. Okay. And then me. Okay. Oh my, what do I think about that? Okay, first of all, okay, does this make me look fat? No? Okay, good. So we're kind of, what do I say? What do I do? You think I should sing to him, and then we're kind of good to go. Okay, it's his birthday. This is a good time for me to, I know that song. Happy birthday to you, Abimelech. Everyone, happy birthday to you, Abimelech. Happy birthday, dear. That guy's name who lives in the castle, Abimelech. Happy birthday to you. Yeah, and many more, and many more. So the wonderful part about this story is that was what we taught as a missionary. Scripturally, one of the first places to honor the wife. And when that is honored, that was one of the first miracles, because everyone in that kingdom had babies after that. And so did Sarah. And the fun thing about Sarah was she knew her inventory, her value, and her presentation. I'm not sure, but I think she might be the first person in the Bible that was a real estate agent. I'm Sandra LaFlamme. Thank you very much.
Sandra is actually scheduled to do a performance at a church coming up, and that's why we did this the whole last section.